Yeah, we are back a little bit after we had to flip everything around.
That's right.
Southern Fried Sports
Side two,
and
side B now.
side B. Yeah, I remember the album. So you got to be older
Right,
to remember albums.
right. I do.
And side A, side B, or you could be cassette tape. But I remember the old album,
I do too.
and you had to flip the album over.
Yeah.
So side A was the racing. Side B, put the little. You got to make sure you don't tear your little phonograph up.
Right.
Piece of diamond there. So,
The
play your
arm
record, riding along on the grooves of the record.
and the needle. Remember that needle?
Yeah, that needle, man. I had to make sure that wasn't. If that got bad, you wasn't listening to nothing.
No, you wasn't.
And how songs were laid out on albums.
Oh yes.
It was an art to that. What song you start with, what song makes it on the first side, what
Yes.
song leads off the second side,
Yes.
and up until CDs, they couldn't put. They couldn't put as much music on there as they do today.
No,
So,
no, good.
they had a lot of a lot of thought that went into that. Nowadays, it's all downloads and singles. And
Right.
People don't think albums are full length, but I love to listen to an album front to back
I do
because
too.
it's supposed to tell a story. It's supposed to be laid out in that way.
But
anyway,
now you listen to a record now, you got it static in the background.
I still think records have the best, great, rich sound.
No, you do.
And so I did enjoy that. And it was a lot of fun going to the record stores and shopping.
Oh yes.
I can't tell you how many records I bought just because I like the album cover.
Oh, I did too.
Sometimes I like the music, sometimes I didn't.
Maybe you buy the whole album or the whole record for one song.
Oh yeah, that happened a lot. And when you get those things for $6, $7, $8, I remember 10.
Yeah.
And then cassette tapes came along. Then
Yes.
CDs,
Eight track tapes. Remember
8-track,
those?
yeah, 8-track. I had an 8-track player at one time.
I did too.
So we're thinking old school. So
Oh, yeah.
that's okay. Hey, welcome to the Sports Show. We're excited to be here with you. Thank you for watching us each week. We're going to talk a little bit different things. I'm going to talk about some things, but I want to look at it's the trade deadline is here for baseball. So there's a number of things, moves that I want to talk about
Right.
just as headlines from Major League Baseball.com. And Correa returns the Astros in a stunner trade with the Twins is
Yeah.
the lead story. So he goes back where it all began. So they made a big trade. The Yankees have traded for the Bucks closer Bednar. He's an ace. He's an ace reliever, and so they need they've been slipping a little bit. So they went out and got it. And the Rockies' Roddy Bird, according to sources, the Braves. The Atlanta Braves get into the trade. They traded Montero to the Tigers for AA shortstop Jarvis. The Mets get their center fielder help and trade for Cedric Mullins. The Padres, keep cooking, trade for O'Hearn and Laureano. The Astros, again, working hard to acquire Cease. And then the Phillies add Badner to the outfield mix in second trade with the Twins. Trade with Marlins for outfielder Sanchez, just Astros coveted lefty bat, so they're really going aggressive at the trade deadline. And the Rangers acquired lefty reliever Coulombe from the Twins. So there's a lot going on, and that deadline is passed. So 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time was the deadline.
Right.
So the Braves do go in there and get a little help.
It might help the Braves out next year.
Well, we'll see, but they do go get a player that they felt like they needed. So,
Right.
So we'll see. Let me pull up and let's look at. Hang on here, just a second. Just a bit outside, as the guy would say.
Yeah.
And let's look at the standings of Major League Baseball really quick. We'll pull them up on the screen. Hopefully. Let's see here. Share screen. Da-da-da. All right, here we go. And we're going to pull this up so you can see it too. And boy, that is dark. It's very light. You probably can't see that, but it's okay. And let's get this off of here. But the Blue Jays rocketed 64 wins. They just keep winning. although they're 5-5 over the last 10. The Yankees again trying to get better. They've slipped the 4 out, and that was they were expected to win that division, so they're 4 out. Red Sox at 5. Everybody else is out. Let's move on down. The Tigers killing it. They've won the division.
Yeah.
Cleveland is 9 out, and Kansas City 9.5. They're not coming back from that. Detroit's going to win that division. The Astros do hold a 5-game lead over Seattle and Texas, and they were very active today. They've won their last 2.
The Dodgers dropped down that much.
Yeah, 62-42. Then you get over here. The Mets are a half game up on the Phillies. That's a close race. The Mets were active. The Marlins and everybody else Marlins are 9. Everybody else is way out in that division. Milwaukee is only a game up on Chicago. This has been a flip flop.
Look at the Braves. They are 3rd in the East standings.
Yeah, they're not 16 games out. I mean, it's just horrible. The Cubs are a game out. The Reds against that Braves game into Bristol, they're 7.5 back. They're 57 games, and the Braves have only won 45. Then the last one we'll look at is the Dodgers, up by 3 on the Padres, and everybody else is pretty much out of the mix. The Giants have lost 6 in a row. Remember last week they were pretty close up there, and they're now way out of it. So we'll pull this back up. 1 second. Let me go right there. We go. So there's your standings for baseball. We have some trades going on, and you'll see. And the Braves just stunk it up.
Yeah.
So big trade today was Correa returning to the Astros.
Right.
Astros are saying we're going for it. We're going to win this thing, and we'll see what happens. So that's a little bit of your baseball news. I wanted to go and look at.
Did you say that Acuna has got a sponsor with Red Bull?
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
I saw that today.
Okay, cool. Let me bump a couple things here that were acting up and shorten the screen down. And then I want to, we're going to talk about the AFC West and look at this this division just a little bit for the NFL. And we're going to look a little bit at some of the training camp news as well for NFL.
Okay.
And also I want to announce that me and Cook, I don't know if Cook is in here listening, we've been fantasy leaguers forever. I took a year off from NFL Fantasy League to focus on podcasts and everything else I had going on. We're gonna get that going again this year. I mean, we actually kind of had one last year. It was very different. We're gonna go back to CBS. Me and Dean are gonna be in it.
Right.
Cook, a friend of his. I have another person. We have 5 open teams. If you'd like to do that, let us know. You can do that through the computer, but let us know, and we'll let you know the details. If you would like to be a part of the Southern Fried Podcast Fantasy Sports League, NFL, we'll have fun with it. A guy that I had, the reason I thought to even bring that up was one I meant to, I'd planned to, but what reminded me, make sure I didn't forget, was a guy that I've had on my team, Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State. Is now he's the clear-cut number 1 receiver for New York Jets. But the number 2 spot is up for grabs. A really good player that has never really broke through was with the Rams for a while. Josh Reynolds is actually has an early hold on that. He's a fast guy, big guy, good hands. So some news coming out of campus that this is his job. But Tyler Johnson is also in the mix in that, and veteran Alan Lazard. Probably not going to be him. They're looking for a younger guy. But, the Jets they've got to move on. I mean,
they do.
Their quarterback didn't work out, and Aaron Rodgers, and new coach, new quarterback, and can the lowly Jets get moving? So Garrett Wilson's he's a superstar.
He is.
I like Garrett Wilson. He's not the biggest receiver, but he is a fireball. This guy's got great hands, great moves, got enough speed. If he can just get the ball to him, he'll do great. Moving to Bears camp, Chicago, the Bears They're saying that the rookie wide receiver Luther Burden III has flashed a lot of potential in practice early in camp. Remember, camps are just really, before you know it, you're going to have preseason games coming up, but the camps are in full swing. He missed the offseason workouts due to a soft tissue injury, but when he got involved earlier this week, it was kind of rough because you're just getting back. And he was taken off the field for missing one. But I said he's also put some things together, flashed the speed. They got that young quarterback, year two. They've got the speed. This guy does that they counted on when they made him. He was a second-round pick in April, and they've noted that he has made several splash plays, including a deep shot from backup quarterback Tyson Badgett. So keep an eye out for this guy. Roma Dunze and DJ Moore, they've got some nice receivers. They hold down the top two spots. So this Bears offense can really move forward.
It could.
Broski, if you're still out there. I don't know if he came back in the show yet, but he's a Bears fan. And so nice to see that. Malik Neighbors had a shoulder injury earlier in the week. He seems to be past that. And, of course, this guy is all world. I mean, what a great player. And there's a picture of him on NFL.com if you'd like to see that, of him making a tough catch on a Russell Wilson moonball. I like Malik Neighbors. I wish he was on the Falcons. We got some good receivers, but hey, it's Malik Neighbors. The Patriots is in the news. They have planned to have one starting rookie wide offensive lineman, first-round pick Will Campbell. They could wind up with two first-round players starting in front of Drake May. Remember Drake May, and they got to take a step forward. They done some decent things last year. They also struggled at times. A third-round pick Jared Wilson is gaining buzz early camp. You know where he's from?
Yeah,
Broski, if you're still out there. Yes, the University of Georgia. Go
Bulldogs.
So Georgia's become known as offensive lineman U. They've always been running back U, but the offensive lineman, it's a pipeline now, the NFL. He has a chance to beat third-round pro Cole Strange. Remember Cole?
Yeah.
Cole, the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga pick. Remember that 3 years ago? Shocked everybody. Everybody said, what in the world is the coach doing? But from UTC right here in Chattanooga.
Uh-huh. I read about that. Yeah.
Cole Strange. You could beat him out. He says he knows everything. Jared's really, really, they use a curse word. They just put expletive good. I love asking him questions. He always has a different perspective from the vets in the room. He turned heads in one-on-one drills in camp, reportedly getting the best of both Christian Barmore and Milt Williams. Williams said he's going to be a solid player. He's good. He's got good balance for a young player like that. The future is bright for him. Let the Georgia G just shine, right? I bet. I didn't pull up. He's in the room. I am talking Bears. I did.
Yeah, he
Ricky
did.
tied in Costa. Let me put this on the screen. Colston, Loveland, and Ricky wide receiver Luther Burden. Well, weapons, and that's what we were talking about, is that this Burden guy's got a chance to be number 3. And, yes, I've heard good things about the tight end as well. Is your defense solid? Come on, Broski. But, sorry, I was caught up in talking about this great Georgia player.
Right.
Wilson has been repped at both left guard and center in his push for a starting spot, impressing teammates and the coaching staff with his versatility and smarts. I think he's a quick learner. Coach Mike Vrabel said Friday he's been able to learn 2 positions inside as far as center and guard. I would say he's one of those players that maybe wasn't out there as much on the field in the spring, but really was able to grasp it mentally and allow that to carry over when he had an opportunity to be on the field. So he was able to show for a young player some of those things to be ready when he got his opportunity to be on the field. As the Patriots attempt to shore up the offensive line that was abysmal last year, Drake May was on the run. He took some hard licks. Keep track of Wilson's progress during the preseason. If he can earn a starting role, it would be a big boon for May of the Patriots' run game. Book it right now. I say this guy is that good, and I believe he will start. He's just that kind of player. Bears should have a top 10 defense, according to Broski. The quarterback is solid. I'll give you that. I like the wide receivers. The run game is decent. What about that offensive line, though, buddy? What about that offensive line? That was the problem. Darren Sproles 2.0 in Dallas. Where you at, Cook? Where is the Cookster? A little bit of Dallas news. A motivated Jaden Blue continues to turn head in Cowboy camp. The rookie running back, this will excite Cook to no end. I'm sure he's all over it. Cook sends me Cowboy clips every day.
Really?
I can tell we're getting. If I didn't know anything about anything, I would know we're getting closer to games because Cook is increasing the. I don't know if he sent me anything today, but he usually sends me something every day about the Cowboys. And he rubbed it in that Pickens from Georgia is on his team now. Anyway, the rookie running back recently earned reps for the first team offense, and his play sparked comparison to Darren Sproles. I just made his price go up, Cook, from head coach Brian Schottenheimer on Thursday. I don't use that lightly, Schottenheimer said. Jaden has some of those traits in terms of just he's electric. Price went up, Cook, when he gets the ball. Sproles spent the first 3 seasons of his NFL career playing for Schottenheimer. And by the way, I love Darren Sproles, a great player. Kind of a jack of all trades, moves around. Bears stole the Falcons center Drew Dahlman and their top defensive tackle Grady Jarrett. I don't think you love them. I think we let you take them. I don't think we stole. You do have them. Dahlman is decent. Grady's still good, but a little long in the tooth. He'll be okay. He'll be fine. But Dahlman, maybe. I'll give you that. Maybe we should have kept him. I don't know. But I said offensive line. I don't want to hear about defensive line. That's one guy. That whole offensive line was a terror last year. If that offensive line was security guards in a bank, the bank has no money left in it because that offensive line was horrible. Your quarterback was running for his life all season long and still making great passes. So, Broski, you're going to have to don't give me one player and then go to defensive tackle. That tells me right there all we need to know about the Bears offensive line. They still got trouble. Hey, we like to mix it up on the sports show a little bit. The quickness ability to accelerate into the hole, I'm going to give I keep going back to that. It's just different, Schottenheimer says. He's just got incredible lateral agility and quickness when he jump cuts and moves laterally. He's able to get top speed in a hurry. He doesn't need a lot of space. Something to keep in mind in fantasy season approaches, Cook. Schottenheimer stressed that he doesn't view Blue, listed at 5'9", 198, as strictly a perimeter threat. He's a guy that can run between the tackles and the A-gaps with gap schemes and still be extremely productive. Adjust your draft boards accordingly. Hey, Broski, you want in our fantasy league? You might as well put your money. You might as well get in our fantasy league. We'll see how many Bears players you put on your team. He says the Bears all-line has 4 new starters and new coaching this year, which means, Broski, they're going to suck.
Yeah.
For at least half the season. Come on, man.
For the whole season.
It's the Bears. The Bears, man. Come on. Hey, Anthony. You can talk to us about Miami Dolphins. We're talking NFL camps. That was some news and notes from there. But this Bears rookie, keep an eye on him. Luther Burden III. Well, you got like a name like that. It just commands respect.
He
Luther
does.
Burden the third. That's a guy that says, yeah, I'll take your third spot. Ain't nobody getting it from me. He's got some splash plays. So we'll see. Could the Bears be high octane offense?
I doubt it.
Will the Bears here you go. Tune in next season to see if the Bears offensive line can hold out any defensive lineman racing to kill their quarterback. And can the Bears have a running game because of the same horrible offensive line? And yes, the burning question that all Bears fans want to know, can their quarterback stay healthy all year with this offensive line that they have pieced together and now have all these new starters, and we will see. Stay tuned.
To next season.
The next scene is your quarterback laying on the field, broken and bloodied, trying to get up.
And you know what they do to a horse like that? They shoot them. So I gotta have fun. I respect the legend and the history of the Bears, but I gotta tell you,
I hate them. I hate the Bears.
The
You know
Bears,
what?
no.
There's
the
only
Bears,
three players, four maybe, I've ever really liked from the Bears. Butkus, Peyton, obviously, Urlacher, and I think you've had a wide receiver.
The Bears should be called the Cubs, I think.
The Bear Cubs. They're not men. They're not man bears. They're man
Cubs.
cubs. They're Bear Cubs. I've had that happen to me. I used to have back when the Georgia was struggling back in the mid '90s. They called my team the Georgia Bull Puppies. Them Tennessee fans, they were riding high back then.
Oh, yeah.
And good grief. Anthony says, I'm not going to bring up my disappointing Dolphins. I've given up hope that they're ever going to win a Super Bowl while I'm alive. Come on now. You've only got a quarterback that's had about 7 concussions, and you still got Tyreek. It'll be okay. They got a good team. They signed All-Pro guard Joe Thuney from KC. Yeah, okay, Refrigerator Perry. I'll give you that one.
Okay.
I do, broski. And my Falcons will have a better season
Than the Bears.
than your Bears. You can mark that down.
I will. I'll mark it down.
On this date, July 31st, 2025, the Falcons will have a better season than the Bears. That's right, the Dirty Birds. You better fear.
That's
you better
right.
respect.
That's right. Take
Hey.
notes of it.
Hey, your little offense ain't gonna be able to keep up with our offense, and our running back's better than yours. Come on.
The whole teams are better than his team.
Well, it's true. It's better coaching too. Don't be disrespecting the boys.
No,
all right.
because they're from Georgia. Remember that?
All right. Let's talk about the AFC West. We looked at NFC last week, and filthy.
Uh-huh.
That's right. They're filthy good, brother. Thank you, broski. I'm glad you admit it.
No, the Bears are filthy.
Other- But can I just? I'm not trying to crack on your team. Well, maybe
I am.
I am. I'll admit it.
I am.
Are y'all going to get a new stadium? I mean, y'all still play in that stadium. It's like 140 years old, right? What's that called? It's God, I know it. Soldiers and Stadium or something.
Yeah.
What is the name of that stadium? It's fallen in, right?
What stadium?
The Bear Stadium. Hey, the 85 team, killer. War Memorial Stadium. Anthony said, War Memorial Stadium. Well, there's a war going on
Yeah.
because the defensive line of every team that plays the Bears there has brought war to their offensive line. It was ugly last year.
The Bears got skinned. Bear skin rugs.
If you don't tighten up when it gets to be time for contract time, your quarterback's going to leave. He'll be a Denver Bronco. Speaking of that, AFC West, we have the Raiders predicted to go 7-10.
Yeah, right.
They have made some changes.
Yeah.
The Raiders. I've always liked the Raiders. I didn't care for Al Davis, but I like the Raiders. I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of like the fact that they're in Vegas, but I think they'll be a little bit better at 7-10. They did hire Pete Carroll, who's only about 78 years old. But no, he's actually a spry guy. I mean, he gets up there and wrestles around with them on the field and everything else. So I think that'll infuse some energy into this team. And he's a proven winner. He knows how to get teams ready to play. And, they've got the addition of Geno Smith, which was his quarterback.
Yeah.
Remember the Geno that cried because he was not selected when he thought he should be?
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
And he was a horrible player for a while, but he finally got it together. He's actually a pretty good player now. He's got a live arm. He can move around really well. If he stays out of trouble and can stay upright, he could do good things there. So we'll see what the Raiders, but predicted at 7-10. I think that's a little bit unfair. I'll go 9. I think they get 9 wins. First year with with the coach, and I think they'll do better than that. The Chargers predicted to go 10-7, and they've had a decent team, but they've also lost a lot of people as well. And it's weird that they both play in LA.
Right.
I mean, you got the Rams and you got the Chargers playing in the same stadium. I've never liked that, but it is a big market, and I understand why they play there. But I just don't. I don't really like that. But the Raiders are trying to really get. Not the Raiders. Excuse me. The Chargers are really trying to get going. But I think that I think that's about right for them. I would only, if I was going to bump them, I could say it go plus or minus one. It could be 9, it could be 11. So that's probably a pretty good spot for them. I like it. I'm not really sold that Denver is going to go 11-6. The quarterback did some good things last year for them. Young man from the SEC, but I think 11-6. Although it's tough to play them Mile High, I don't know if I see this. I think I would go minus them. I would drop them down to 10. I just don't think they're going to play 11. I've got a good team, and I get it.
That 6 match should be an 8.
Yeah, but it'd be 17 games. They were 1-6 in one-score games last year. I mean, they can't win the close ones. And they won 9 games by 9 or more points. They have that was a $90 million dead cap to work around, so they were upside down in the cap. But they led the NFL in sacks last season. They usually bring a good defense. But the problem is that can the offense stay? They would look great and they would look horrible. I think 11 is too much for them. I would drop them 1. Kansas City Chiefs, they have obviously been just rolling for the last few years. They came up a little short last year. They just couldn't get past that really tough Philly team. But they also retooled their offensive line a little bit. And they need a little more offensive punch. Kelsey did come back. He's supposed to be really working hard, trying to get back to his numbers. He felt like he had slipped some.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't quite the player. He's aging, yes, but he feels like he can really put it all together again for another year. They have them going 12-5 on this predictor. I'd say that's about right.
Right.
They have enough things they've got to work around. That's not a bad record, but some trip-up games for them. It's some tough matchups. I don't know that I would. You could go 13 with them because I never rule them out. I love the coach, Andy Reid. I love this team. I'm a Kansas City fan. It's my AFC favorite team, and I've always liked them going all the way back to the days of Okoye and other players that they had. I love the colors. Kind of reminds me of Georgia, but I always liked Kansas City, and it's a great place to play. I would love to go to a game there when it's snowing. That would be great. I would love to go there. I like Patrick Mahomes, and a lot of people crack on him.
Right.
This guy's a magician. He makes it happen. He has that it factor that you can't coach and you can't buy.
Right.
You either have it
or you don't.
You don't. And Patrick Mahomes is a stud.
No, he is.
Now his brother is a dud. I'm sorry. His brother is Looney Tunes crazy bad. He needs to hide. He needs to make him move and hide somewhere out in the woods or something. Because the only embarrassments that come from Mahomes is his brother. I mean, but they got a beautiful family. It's the Hunt family owns the team, and they poured the money in. They're riding high. They could get back to the Super Bowl and they could win it.
Oh yeah.
They've got to figure out this Philly thing, but if they can, there are some things that's happened though. First of all, the case with Rashee Rice.
Right.
They've got to get he's gotten in trouble, for the speeding and everything.
Yes.
And the wreck. And can their offensive line match up? That's what really That's what really happened. Well, we're talking about the AFC West, Broski. Uh, that's where the Chiefs struggled was they couldn't run. I mean, they've got a great running back, a couple of them. I mean, I say great, but really, really good. Pacheco, I like the running game, but sometimes this offense they've lost their deep speed. That when they lost
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek, they've got. And I'm not saying you got to go deep all the time, but you got to go up top. You have to go up top and loosen up a defense, and that was the problem for the Chiefs. And so that crunched down the defense, and the running game suffered at times. And there were times that Mahomes was running for his life a little bit too.
He
This
was.
is a really good team. Um, we'll have to see early in the season what they look like. I mean, they're going to be good, but are they Super Bowl winning good?
I don't think they will be.
That's the question.
No.
There's some other challengers like the Buffalo Bills, which we'll talk about next week. I really like Buffalo too, and their matchups with Buffalo are legendary.
Yes.
And Buffalo could be a threat to go there. Every year they are, and really Buffalo needs to push the button now
Right.
if they're going to go hold this team together. Buffalo would be a major piece in that. And I think Buffalo would match up really well against the Philly team, a little bit better than the Chiefs. And that's really where the Chiefs have struggled is just in there's a couple teams they don't match up real well against. And they just need to fix that offensive line. And I think get the deep passing game cranked back up. Early in the career, they were just smoking people.
They
These
were.
busted plays where Tyreek would just do these cuts. It looked like backyard football. He would go out and just do some sort of a cut that isolate him, and then he would be gone.
You're
And
right.
he's running 75-yard touchdowns in, and then that would that would be amazing. Broski comes back in. Bears drafted a Pacheco clone, the seventh round of this draft. Kyle Manangi, or how do you say that? Drafted the same round, seven, went to the same college, Rutgers. Roughly the same size, same running style, and they are friends. Okay, cool.
Right.
Be watching him. I've always been amazed at the talent of Pacheco. He's consistent. He runs a lot bigger than he looks. He's got great hands. He doesn't fumble much. Last year he had a one or two. I was shocked. He plays hurt. This guy is really good. Yeah, I said the Chargers would be plus or minus one from what they were picked, but I don't see them being better than Buffalo or Kansas City. In my opinion, I think that those two teams would be better, but they're certainly up there. There's no doubt. So my predictions are the same as what this side is saying, that Mahomes and the offense needs to be better this coming season, and part of that has to do with whether or not they can stay healthy. And Rashee Rice, they got to get that thing fixed, that part. And it's really, I think that's it. You got the passing game fixed up, then I think you're okay. And I think this team will do well if they can. So let's give Broski one more here.
Okay.
He also says the Steelers have the best defense in the league on paper. That's what Broski says.
That's him.
So, Broski, let's give you one more from Bears camp. Ben Johnson is winning over Bear fans with his tough love early at training camp. This story released early today, too.
I didn't see that.
The story says, of all the moves made by teams in 2025 season, you couldn't help but feel like Chicago Bears made one of the most impactful moves of them all, and it had nothing to do with any players they brought in. The Bears made arguably the biggest head coach hire out of any NFL team when they brought in Ben Johnson, formerly the offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. There's no doubt of his resume. He did great there. The offensive defense coordinator, the Detroit, he deserves this shot, absolutely. Not only did the Bears still a great coach from a division rival, but they arguably got the best possible guy they could help coach and develop, Caleb Williams, whose rookie season with the team was disastrous for reasons out of his control. I think it's called offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson has come in and instilled a culture of accountability without BS, but also honesty at every turn. It's pretty refreshing for a head coach who isn't always just speaking in such a way that keeps people from panic. Johnson has been critical of what he's seen out there on the practice field, but he's not placing blame on the players. He's taking accountability for how he's setting them up for success. Last offseason, it felt like everybody was assuming the moves the Bears made on paper were going to lead them from being one of the top up-and-coming teams, lead them to being that in the league instead of getting an up-and-coming team. We got a team that fired its head coach in the middle of the season for the first time in franchise history. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
They moved on from one offensive coordinator and pivoted to another. It was a rough year in Chicago, but hitting the reset button in 2025 offseason didn't require an overhaul of the roster. General Manager Ryan Poles has cast such a compelling vision that Johnson at the helm that he was possibly prematurely given a contract extension. One last bit of news. The presence of Johnson is going to make his Bears team better, even if the results don't show up immediately. It's extremely important to remember that the Bears play in one of the best divisions in football, and this isn't about an instant takeover of the NFC North. So much it is about being the team that in that division for the foreseeable future. Of course, the Bears won't turn down immediate success, but they shouldn't be the expectation in 2025. You hear that, Broski?
Uh-huh.
The keys for the Bears this season are instilling a healthy culture within the organization of seeing progression from Caleb Williams. Anything beyond that will be gravy. And I didn't hear one word about the offensive line.
I didn't either.
I agree with what they said, but I didn't hear anything about the offensive line.
I didn't either. I was listening for it. I didn't hear it.
Broski Bear says Ben Johnson talks a lot of junk to players, and players are responding positively to it. They said last season they weren't being coached and crave coaching. Here you go. And I would agree. And Detroit was coaching their players. Caleb was solid last season. Those started every game and didn't blame anyone else or throw anyone on the bus. 3,541 passengers, which I think is amazing for what he was going through. 20 TDs, 6 interceptions, 62.5 completion, 489 yards rushing, so over 4,000 yards total. Offense, I got you. The Bears also hired Dennis Allen as their defensive coordinator. Solid hire. They drafted a new left tackle and signed 3 veteran starters in the O-line. And all that means is that you're going to struggle in the beginning of the season.
Right.
I will look to see what happens with the Bears mid-season on. If they can pull those pieces together, because that's a lot of moving parts. New head coach, new defensive coordinator, new offensive line pieces. Still a young player who did great, but year 2, let's see it. And so I get it. I would agree with that. The Bears Week 5 bye is a blessing in disguise this season. It's early, but that's a nice reset for them as a young team. I would agree with you on that. That is absolutely good for them. Broski says, I agree. Offense will take a while to gel. I'm hoping the defense is tough from the jump. I'm not – listen, all joking aside, they're making the right moves for a change. They're making the right moves. And let's see if it translates. I think the Falcons are making some good moves. They have, and let's see if it translates. Bears are making some good moves. Let's see. 2 different conferences, and let's see what happens. There's a lot of excitement. And these 2 young quarterbacks, Penix and your guy, I mean, the sky's the limit. Caleb probably has a higher ceiling upon him, but Penix is a very, very, very capable quarterback. And he seems to handle the pressure well. They both do. And thank you. I agree with that. I think the guy, he just has, again, it's a feel thing for me. You kind of can see it. You kind of hear it. The game is not too big for him. And you wanted the Bears to draft Penix. I was for this pick, even though everybody trashed it. I said, this guy he's going to be the guy. I said that last year. I said, he'll be the guy before the season is over. I get it. The debatable about the drafting or the signing of, or the trade, I think it was free agent. We have free agent for the Cousins, but the Falcons got tired of hearing we don't have a quarterback. So they still got him. And if Penix gets banged up, look at who you got coming in. I like what they've done. They're solid. They're solid. Questions for the Falcons, yes. Offensive line, they got to play solid. Can the tight ends get better? And can they get a pass rush? I think they can. But where you need to grow on the offensive side and gel, we need to gel on the defensive side as the Falcons. I think this offense is fine. I think they'll be in every game as long as the defense can hold up. Penix is a lefty, and his arm talent is amazing. Caleb has a great arm too. I'd agree with both of those statements, my friend. And it's going to be fun to watch these young players. And I like. Only thing I ever didn't like about Caleb was that stupid. Wasn't he the one that was writing the curse words on his fingers?
Yes,
I didn't like.
I saw that.
I thought that was immature. He's better than that.
Right.
And you're a professional, bro. I don't think he's doing that anymore, but I don't know that for sure. But I would think that an NFL team would be saying, "Hey, let's put the words. Let's stop that."
I saw that on the internet. I couldn't believe that he was doing that in public.
Yeah, it's some people thought it was funny. I don't.
I don't.
He's your quarterback. He sets the bar, and you got to be professional. And if you're gonna play in the big leagues, you've got to do it. Yes, I believe that too, Broski, that the Falcons did address the pass rush if we can stay healthy. We've got some other young talent that's kind of growing up into the role as well. So pass rush and defensive secondary, if we can do good there, I think they're in the mix. I'm not saying Super Bowl, but I think they're in the mix. I think both these teams will take a step forward. I do. I think the Bears will. I don't. Not going to win the division, but they're going to take a step forward. And who knows? Next year, who knows? They've really done well, and So I'd give you that. I absolutely give you that. Dean, what do you think? I
agree with that. I got. I read most of that on ESPN, and I agree.
Yeah, and we got to get the games going. Let's hope there's no injuries in training camp. The preseason games are coming up. We're going to keep walking through the league.
Yeah.
And looking at these conference, different divisions in the conference, leading all the way up to the opening of the season, which is early in September. We are only a little over 4 weeks away from the first Georgia Bulldog game.
Oh, yeah.
We are getting very close to the first college games. And Ben Johnson told Caleb to stop being a beta during the OTAs. Okay. That's good. He needs that kind of coaching. He does. Ben talks junk. It's hilarious. Eric Benjamin. I like Eric. Talks junk with players as well. So does Dennis Allen. That's a great coaching staff. Let me give you credit here. I like your coaching staff. And Eric Bieniemy deserves a head coaching job. I really do. I don't understand it. I don't know if it's something in the interview process. I don't think it's race. People have been willing to hire other coaches, but I don't know. Maybe this will launch him into that. Maybe the Bears will be a stop that will be well for him. This is a good team, good players. The Bears have done good, and we need the Bears to play well. It's fun to have. Those are great games. Mm-hmm. Those Bears and Lions, and Tigers. Oh my! you need to have them. Randall Ellis, the wide receiver coach, always liked him. Al Harris, secondary coach, very good, very good. Like I said, they're putting together. It's one of the oldest franchises in the league. Have been owned by the same owners for a long time.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
The Bears, the Giants. There's a couple of others, long-time owners.
I didn't know that.
Dan Rouchard is the offensive line coach. Okay. So there you go, Broski. We talked some Bears. See, I'm willing to do it. And we had some fun, too.
Yes.
It is the oldest franchise in the league. How about that? I wasn't for sure on that. Because the Giants have been out there a long time, too. But you need your oldest franchise in the league to play well. And especially when it's winter and it's cold and the wind's howling, the snow's coming down. Those are fun games to watch. So there you go. There's some sports. We got us some sports show in. We talked some football. We talked some baseball. Don't forget on the racing, we got this corn.
Right.
Iowa.
Cornfield. Yes, in the cornfield.
The cornfield.
If you build it, they will come.
If you build it, they will come. We're predicting Larson to win the race.
Yeah,
So a little bit of racing here on the sports show as well. It's a sport. And
I got some notes here.
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, you're
I
fine.
didn't
You're
realize
fine.
you had them
I
in.
just like to, I like to hear what's going on. Okay. Now, this is not really a team, it's a field.
Okay.
The Lookouts.
Oh, yeah.
Chattanooga Lookouts. Now, in 2026, they're going to the Erlanger Park.
They are. Brand new $1 billion development over there.
Right. The Lookouts were founded in 1885. The class is AA, 1885 to present, in the AA division. They're in the Southern League, 1964, 65, 76, and present in the Southern League. The division is Northern Division. Mascot is Louis.
It's Louis. I've been to a lot of Lookouts games.
Mark-
Louis cool. I like Louis.
I do too. The ballpark, AT&T Field, 1930 to 1999.
Yes, and I love that. I love that stadium.
That was in Montgomery, Alabama, in 1943
Wow.
at the Compton Bowl at Montgomery, Alabama. At Montgomery, Alabama Compton Bowl, named for the Lookout Mountain.
Okay. I didn't even think about that.
1909, the team began playing at Andrews Field on East 3rd Street. Joe Engel bought Lookouts in 1926
Legendary.
and opened Engel Stadium in 1930. They beat Atlanta Crackers 65 in front of 16,000 fans.
Wow.
Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth played Lookouts back then, and there was there was with the New York Yankees against the Lookouts in 1931. 1930 to 1999 is where this series was. Names has been Chattanooga Lookouts, 1985 to present, 1943 Montgomery Rebels. Affiliates has been the Twins,
The Reds.
2015 to 2018, the Dodgers,
The Dodgers, yeah.
2009 to 2014, the Reds in 1988, 2008, 2019, 2025, the Mariners,
That's right. They were the Mariners too, the affiliate.
1983, 87, the Indians,
Yep.
1978, 1982, Athletics, 1976, 1977, the Phillies,
I didn't remember that.
1960, 1961, 63, 65, Washington Senators,
Okay.
1932, 1959.
Wow.
That's a notes for the Lookouts.
It's a great history. I love going to watch the Lookouts. I'm a Braves affiliate fan, but it's right here. I like just a couple of notes before we go. I'll say I saw Kerry Wood, the great strong power pitcher, pitch against the Lookouts, and you could close your eyes and you could tell by how hard that ball was hitting the glove what this guy had. Kerry Wood, saw him play. He jumped straight from AA, if I remember, all the way to the pros. Of course, it kind of messed him up a little bit, but he had a long career, became a reliever. I got to see Canseco's brother play there. Not very good. I got to see Kern Griffey Jr.'s brother play there. Not very good. Had a lot of speed, but he wasn't that good. But a little bit of trash talk. A bunch of us one night, Pete Rose Jr., we stayed on that guy so hard one night. He got flustered. It was a tight game. He let a ball go between his legs,
Oh.
and we jumped all over him. He held up his glove. The coach couldn't see it, and he flipped us off. And they pulled him from the game. That's a true story. We were sitting with a bunch of senior citizens, and they thought they must have felt like it was Animal House. We just had good, clean trash talk, as you do. You give the players a hard time, try to get in their head. We did that one night that was on third base side. Because it's third base. We did that one on the first base side. We had people that came up to after the game and said that we made the game for them. They were playing. They were playing the affiliate for the Marlins, and we had so much fun that night. And we also got flipped off that night by a player who got thrown out on a steal attempt. He flipped us off coming back into the dugout. He did it on top of his hat. He's acting like he's readjusting his hat, and he flipped us off. That's when you know you've gotten in somebody's head, and that's all part of it. And the Lookouts did win that game that night, and we had a ball. The funniest thing I remember is a guy named Jesus got on first base. My buddy, he cracked me up. He stood up and he said, "Jesus is on first." He said, "You can't steal. That would be a sin." And everybody in the stadium is looking. He's screaming this out. He said, "Don't do it. Don't do it. All of mankind is riding on this right here." And he took off. And he's like, "Oh, the horror." People quit watching the game. We're watching our friend. It was hilarious. We had people coming down that recognized us, came down. And it's just a bunch of Christians having a ball. We had fun. Hey, that's your sports show tonight. Dean, thank you as always. And I love it. You're welcome, broski. We'll still talk Bears, even as we talk about others. Hey, folks, have a great night. Don't forget.
Thank you, folks.
The Cornbread Nation show, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tonight. Cornbread Nation with Rob. And y'all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Again, we couldn't do it without you. Y'all are awesome. And we'll get you a little music on the way out. We appreciate you. Take care.